So in fixtures, one of the things that we've learned over the last 2 years, and I think it's a long-term story now, is that a lot of your fixturing is going to move towards the metal side of in terms of material usage, and that is something we have learned quickly over the last 1.5 years, and even the more affluent spenders have now looked at metal as a source of raw material, primarily to bring down the cost and the longevity of the fixtures. So that is one concise trend that we see moving towards metal. So yes, that is one of the major things that we are seeing, and we expect that to continue as we move ahead. So as a company, we will also be focusing more on metal deliverables rather than the panel deliverables, which in fact in our company has been the strength over the years. In the last year, almost 70% of our revenues came from metal fixtures, whereas we are a predominantly panel fixture company or a panel manufacturing company. So we've been able to do it by a mix of outsourcing and increasing some metal capabilities in-house. But yes, almost when you say 70 is almost more than half of our production is already metal. And this transformation, we could have either embraced it or we could have run away from it. If we would have run away, probably we would have been out of business by now. So it's just that we embraced that change, and therefore we are still live and kicking. So Ensemble as a company, fixturing is only about 15% of its entire revenue. So 80% of our revenues come from contracting business, 5% from the small power business that we have, and 15% comes from the manufacturing business. So on the manufacturing side, we've done about a 30-35% growth in the fixturing alone. So to that extent, yes, it has been good. But what has not been so good is that most of this growth has been wavery, in the sense we've got quarters where we've done much higher than we would have done on other quarters. What we would have liked is, being a manufacturing business, having a steady flow of business, which is something which concerns us from time to time when it comes to the manufacturing business, particularly fixtures, because it is somehow now become a little bit seasonal. So we have few quarters where you're doing well and a couple of quarters where you're not doing so well. And those quarters add pressure on the quarters that they're doing well. So to that extent, yes, those are the kind of issues that we are seeing. But otherwise, like any other business. 2018, so far as our company is concerned, will look good because we've got some massive investments coming in our way for the year. In terms of manufacturing, we don't intend to add any capacities at the moment. So it will be more like a wait and watch story for us for the next 12 months to see where things head. And once we have more confidence on what the market is really looking for, whether it is looking for quality and whether it is looking for larger sustainable supply chains, and if that is what they're looking for, we are okay to make further investments into our manufacturing. But we'll wait till such time we're sure of that. Because as of now, what feelers we've been getting is it's kind of a mixed bag. Where some of the manufacturers who are really large, the retailers who are really large are still continuing to import. So there is a big substitution market waiting to happen. So it's like, who knows who's going to bell the cat. So whoever bells the cat first is going to take it away. But then who's got the guts, we'll have to wait and see. So see, we have very select customers. Okay, so our customer count does not exceed more than half a dozen. Okay, and like I said, fortunately they are some of the biggest names in the industry, in the retail industry, and our competition exists there. So we are not the only sellers to those buyers. So therefore we don't really feel the heat from our customers. Again, like I said, our capacities are limited, and plus those capacities are fed with multiple channels. So retail is one of the channels which feed our manufacturing capacity. We have our own contracting, which has a big furniture buying that is done through the manufacturing enterprise. So therefore there are various ways and means with which we can fill up those capacities. So we have been very serious in terms of our growth as to where we are taking our growth in terms of retail. But really speaking, the competition hasn't perturbed us in a way that we are we don't like it. So there is competition in pricing. I think that competition is here to stay. So pricing over the next 2-3 years, the pressure will increase further. And that pressure can only be taken away by increasing volumes and by being more competitive in your manufacturing. So I don't see that going away anywhere. So, simply crying over why the prices are low is not going to help, because that's what it's going to be, and it's going to get worse if that's a parameter of how you want to operate.